Right, in the back of the London Ultra Cab this week, we have record label owner of Creation Records.
I don't own it anymore.
Film producer, guitarist, DJ and songwriter, Alan McGee in the back.
I've got Creation going, but it's as a management company now.
Oh, it's a management company now?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Anyway, listen, how you doing?
Good from the last time I met you. But
I know.
We should explain to your viewers how you met me.
Yeah, well, I was driving along. Guy puts his hand out, I pull over, jumps in. We had a little chat, and then suddenly I realised it was Alan in the back of my cab.
The beard was a bit longer at that point.
The beard was a bit longer, yeah.
I had it pretty Woodstock at one point,
and I didn't recognise you because the last time.
No, a lot of people don't, because I was backstage at a Gorillaz gig with Sean Ryder. We were talking to David Albarn, and for 25 minutes we were talking to him, and then suddenly when he barged back into the room, he'd been talking to me fine, but after I thought, God, I used to be that guy really well. He was a bit kind of like, and then he barged through and he went, McGee! Yeah! And then he came and grabbed me, and then I went, alright, and he went, I never knew it was you! You look different!
Yeah!
But better!
yeah. Well, I mean, the last time I see you, I was working at Pinnacle, and that must have been near on probably 28 years back.
Fuck, there you go, man.
So it's a small world. Right, Alan. First two questions I like to ask is basically, where are you from, and what was it like growing up as a kid?
Glasgow, and it was bleak, to be honest.
Was it?
Yeah. It wasn't great. It was fucking bleak.
Yeah. This in the 60s?
Yeah, I was born in 1960, but it was just bleak. I mean, Glasgow. I mean, it was happy at one level because, you know what I mean, it was a freer world then. Do you know what I mean? So, and it wasn't London. It wasn't pressurised.
Yeah.
It was the opposite of pressurised. It was depressurised, I think. But yeah, I mean, Glasgow in the 60s, 70s was a different ball game, really, to be honest. You know what I mean? It was like, for me, it was depressing being in Glasgow. Do you know what I mean? It was a depressing time, but it wasn't because it was Glasgow. It was family and shit. Do you know what I mean? It was like that's why I was fucking at a shit time. But once I managed to get fucking away from my fucking dad, basically, I started having a good time.
Yeah. And did you was you always, I mean, that's obviously where you grew up in Glasgow. What kind of music was you listening to back then? Yeah,
I mean, I was always bang into music because I kind of stopped going to school by the time I was about 14, but I was like, I did a little job from about 11 selling newspapers, and I could buy loads of records. So I was into Bowie and Slade, T-Rex, and then kind of that morphed into punk, really. And I get any punk seen as a punk rocker, God Save the Queen, Go Buddy Go. Yeah. Around May 77 I probably get any punk properly. I liked Anarchy, but it never like the whole of Glasgow, when Glasgow, punk hit Glasgow properly was when the Clash played there. That was probably about September 77. But I was into punk from about May 77, and like, because I was, I remember hearing hanging around, the Stranglers came on Radio Clyde, and God Save the Queen, unbelievably, and then it was banned the next day from being on the radio anywhere in Britain, but they played God Save the Queen, and it was fucking amazing. And I thought, this is the revolution, man, and I'm signing up. And I get into it, and then around that time I got thrown out of the house as well, right after I'd left school, actually, 16 and a half I was thrown out, and I never went back. I went back for about 3 months before I moved to London, and I moved to London just after I was 19.
Oh, so you moved to London at quite an early sort of age?
18. No, I was 19. I was 19 when I moved to London. Yeah.
What part of London did you move to?
I was, Covent Garden, because I was like fucking homeless. I was on the roof of the Boots the Chemist for the first 10 days, and then I ended up in a squat in Clapham.
Yeah. So, and what did you do eventually?
But I never actually realised recently I was homeless.
And what did you do? What did you do for work eventually when you found work?
Well, I kind of was I was in a shit job with the British Rail, doing what did I do? Sort of like stores clerk stuff. I didn't do anything really. I mean, it was a blag job. You know, I mean, you remember I used to be able to get jobs that you could actually do nothing.
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
would still pay you 70 quid a week. I had one of them. Do you know what I mean? It's amazing.
And can you remember like the first record you bought and where you bought it from?
Yeah, I should be able to. Yeah. Get It On, T-Rex. That was the very first record I ever bought, and I bought it from in a shop in Battlefield, which is just round from Mount Florida, where I was. I was born in Govan Hill and I moved up to Mount Florida, and then I bought the record in Battlefield. I can't remember the fucking name of the shop.
Yeah.
I should be able to, but I just fucking the rock and rolls make my memory a bit wonky.
It's going back a few years now.
I know it is. I was 11 and I'm 57, so that is 46 years ago. I can't remember the name of the show. I know what it is. I know what it was, though. Well, you know what I mean, you know.
So
they used to sell radios, stereos, singles, and records all in the same shop. Do you know what I mean?
Did you have turntables as well?
Yeah, I mean, my dad had a posh stereo that he would never let me use because it was posh. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But I managed to get my own money together and bought a little dance set for about 15 quid, I think it was. It was fucking amazing. I had that till I was about 17, and it probably explains the lack of bass to any Creation Records. For about the first 5 or 6 years. Do you know what I mean? You know, because that was, you know, because bass doesn't exist on a dance set. It's about like when you listen to music on your iPhone. I mean, I'm guilty of that the whole time. It really annoys younger artists, but because I just listen to everything on my fucking iPhone. Do you know what I mean? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, if I have to really listen to a mix properly, okay, you know what? I'll plug it in through Bluetooth and. You know, and have a proper listen.
And you get that proper sound with the
But
bass.
in reality, you know, when I'm listening to, you know, I've got my own Spotify playlist that I can keep up to date. A couple of thousand people follow it, but yeah, you know, I'm just if I hear a good new tune or anything like that, or a good old tune, I just stick it on the playlist. I actually love Spotify, if I was being honest. I think it's probably the most consumer-friendly thing that anybody's done since fucking vinyl. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Alan, going back to 1983.
Yeah.
That's obviously when you was one of the co-founder of Creation Records.
Well, it was me that really founded it. But I had two people that were also in there, which was Dick Green, who runs Wichita Records. He's a good guy. He actually sent me an email this morning about the film, and Joe Foster.
And did you film that in London?
Yeah, did that in London. Yeah. I'd been down since 1980, so I was 19, and then we started the Living Room, a little club, and then from the club we were making money, and then I started doing it that way. It was like I started funding the label. We put out one record by The Legend that was rubbish, but I actually thought at the time it was good, so it was a real kick in the balls.
So that was the first track.
Yeah, and when everybody went, "Oh, it's fucking rubbish."
And what made you want to form a record label?
I think because nobody else wanted to put my records out, and nobody else wanted to put my pals' records out because it's got this little club. So it was out of necessity. I don't think I ever wanted to own a record label. I just think I thought nobody's going to put my records out but me, and nobody's going to put any of my pals' records out. But then, weirdly, you know, I started having really good bands. I didn't know at this point my taste was good, if you know what I'm saying. And you know, I was booking good bands like The Loft and The Mary Chain and The Pastels, and you know, I just Jasmine Minx, and I just booked some good bands, and some of them went on to become famous, and some of them went on and just made good records. Do you know what I mean? You know?
Yeah. And what was the reason behind the name Creation? How did you get that?
Oh, that was just I mean, it's really shallow, but here you go. It's like, I loved the Jam, and Paul Weller loved the Creation. And then when the Creation got reissued, how does it feel to feel in 82, 81, 82, on Edsel? I bought it and I loved that record, and then I just thought, if Paul Weller thinks it's cool, then it must be fucking cool.
And it's got to be cool,
so I called it Creation. I didn't have a clue, really. And then about 92, I went to see the Creation while they were all still alive. And by this point, Creation Records had become kind of famous. And it was a big deal for them. And then I actually signed them. And I put that album out. I think it was the last ever album. And it was I think it was Creation 200. Or Creation 300. It was Creation 200, I think. Power Surge it was called, and I published it and I put that record out as well.
Yeah. And so, how did you get in touch with the bands, or would you go to gigs? I mean, was you like?
No, they came to me mainly, man. I mean, I was like, it was like, I mean, a lot. In the beginning, it was through the club.
Yeah.
And then I kind of got a pretty good reputation through the club because the club was good, and we paid people. And we just kind of kept it going, and then, like, how we got Teenage Fan Club is, how we got the Mary Chain was Bobby said that my pals got a club in London. They couldn't get a gig in Glasgow, but they could get a gig in W1 London.
Yeah.
Because I had this little room about as big as this taxi. And they would play in the front of your taxi, and they would listen to the audience. And it was a bit bigger than that. It was like, kind of like, it was upstairs there, a room in a pub in Conway Street, Adam's Arms, but it's changed its name now.
So you had like a little office there?
No, that's where the club was.
Oh, it's like a little
the living
pub.
room it was called. I called it the living room because it literally was the size of a living room.
And what kind of music was you playing there, like punk and?
That's what I was saying to you. It was like loads of bands that I kind of like, but quite a lot of them went on and became kind of famous. So it was like the Pastels before they'd done anything, and Primal Scream played before they'd done anything. It wasn't even that lineup of Primal Scream. It was a lineup that Bobby would even call it the first gig, I don't think, I think he would call the first gig the gig they did in Glasgow, the Mary Chain, but actually there was a Primal Scream gig before even that, and that was, I'm going to take a guess and say May 1983.
Yeah.
Or maybe August 1983.
Yeah.
The Primal Scream came down and it was Jim Beattie on main vocals and Bobby on bass and backing vocals. I don't even think Bobby was the main singer.
Oh, so Bobby, he was playing the bass.
He might have been the main singer. I can't actually remember that part. But it wasn't the Primal Scream you know now. It was much more industrial. It was much more. For what I remember of it, was pretty fucking. It was drum machine, but Beattie's guitar over kind of industrial beats. But maybe I'm wrong. But that's the way I remember that gig.
I mean, I remember when the Screamadelica album come out.
Yeah.
And obviously, like we're all producing that album, it was a big, it was massive.
Well, he's the one who gets credit, but I think there's 3 or 4 Jimmy Miller songs on there as well, dude. I think Moving On Up and like Damage, I think, and a few others are like they're actually Jimmy Miller.
Yeah.
I think there's another one on there that's Jimmy Miller as well. I think he produced 3 or 4 of that record. Do you know what I mean?
There's
the
a
rock
few
songs Jimmy Miller done.
There's a few producers.
Well, it's mainly Andy Weather and Hugo Nicholson, but I think at least 3 of the songs are done by Jimmy Miller.
Yeah. And what? So how did you get? How did you meet Oasis as well?
That one was a bit, just a total fucking fluke. I was in Glasgow, and nobody knew I was even going to go to the gig. And a girl that I'd been kicking about with, and from Manchester, she was mates with him, and I'd been in the rehearsal room and I'd seen the Union Jack on the wall, but I hadn't put any of this together. And she'd brought them up to play, and it was her first ever show. And I was in Glasgow that weekend. I don't know. I thought that I would just go there to annoy Debbie, really, to be honest. This girl that I was pals with, and I went to the gig, and she brought Oasis. And Glasgow was going through a city of culture, and that's what happened really. It was like, because the city of culture, there was like the pubs in Glasgow were open from about 9 in the morning, fucking crazy shit, to 6 in the morning, and they did 3 hours off.
A 3-hour break.
It was 21 hour pubs, fucking mental. I mean, Glasgow pubs open all day. Do you know what I mean? Glasgow trying to be Amsterdam, fucking crazy. But anyway, it was good for me because I arrived early. We'd have never seen them otherwise, because they'd went on at 4th on the bill at King Tut's, 11 o'clock shut time. That would have meant that the band go on at 7 in the morning, 7 in the evening, 7:30 in the evening. And because I arrived at 8:30 ready to see the main band, they hadn't even started the programme of events. So I saw Oasis, you know what I mean? You know. So it was genuinely destined to fucking collide with each other, do you know what I mean? And happen.
Yeah. And what, you signed them up?
Yeah, I mean, we did the deal that night on the basis of like, I want to sign you. And it went great, and he went shake on it, and I shook on it, and that was it. And then he came down, and then we shook on it again, and then it took a while for it to all go down, but it happened. Eventually happened.
Yeah. That must have been quite a pivotal moment for you.
Yeah, a life changer for all concerned. Life changer for me anyway. Do you know what I mean? But I think life changer for them, because they'd finally found somebody that wanted to fucking put the record out. Do you know what I mean? You know.
And was you their manager as well?
No, I was never the manager, man. I found them. I found them before they'd even got Marcus the manager. Marcus still manages Noel to this day.
Oh really? Yeah.
And his girlfriend, Liam's girlfriend manages him now, Debbie. But Noel, from '93, they've had Oasis had Marcus, do you know what I mean? You know.
Yeah. Did a lot of the bands, did they like send you a tape? They'd send you a tape
but we
in.
never listened to any of them.
You never?
No. Nobody ever does. They're bullshit. It's like, if people send you links on the internet the whole time, going, "Can you listen to my band?" Nobody fucking ever listens. Stop sending me your fucking links. Nobody does. It's like, how you find bands is like utter fucking default by knowing somebody who says, "Can you just fucking listen to this? It's good," and you go, "Okay," and then you go, "It's good." And I mean, if my daughter or my son says it's good, then I probably listen. Do you know what I mean? You know. Otherwise, I mean, now what I do is really different to Creation Records. It's like Creation Management. I was like, I'm not sure, you know, we can break new music, but I'm really good at, I'm king of the comeback. I'm really good at regurgitating, you know, like older artists into and charting them, putting them in the charts. We did that with Black Great, Cast, Jesus and Mary Chain. Like
reissues or?
No, I just make new records with them and chart the records, because I kind of know how to work work the new music business model. There's a kind of system to doing it.
Did you ever get involved on like the A&R side then? I mean,
yeah, big time. Yeah. We let different bands to different extent. We Oasis very, very little, but with Primal quite a lot. Do you know what I mean? You know, and you know, just different ones. You know, sometimes you know, it would always. Is that what's going on up there? Is that?
Oh, what up there? I'm not sure. You know.
Is that a demonstration or something?
It could be.
Yeah. But no, that's how I got involved with them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
And is there and what countries has the music taken you? Have you been round worldwide or?
Yeah, I've been to most countries. Been to where have I been? Been to everywhere that you'd think that would have been. Do you know what I mean? You know, been to South America, been to Australia, been to America, been to Canada, been to Japan. So I've been to the main music places I've been. You know.
And have you been, what was going to say, chap? I can't remember what I was going to say then. I don't think. Yeah, have you been like to all the big like Glastonbury's and? Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we've had a lot of bands play there, like headline it, like Primals and Oasis. And, do you know what I mean? You know, we've done loads. Do you know what I mean? You know.
And
I've been to most of them, yeah.
Yeah. And is there any sort of highlights from those, you know, from those days on the roads? Can you remember much or?
Yeah, of course I can. I mean, it's like, I suppose the first American Mary Chain tour, when we actually toured America for 8 weeks, across America, was pretty fucking memorable. It made me realise how hard it is on your body to really truly do that. That's the one thing you've got to admire about musicians, apart from them being able to write music and play music, is that, fuck, if you're really in a successful band, like something like the Mary Chain, we've got them out on a world tour at the moment, and fucking hell, man, that is fucking hard graft. Do you know what I mean? You know, respect. Really,
what makes it hard? Is it like all the travelling?
Just the physicality of travelling.
Yeah.
8 hours.
Yeah.
And then getting off at somewhere that's not just, it's just an okay hotel, and then going and playing a show. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's like, do you know what I mean? When you're 25,
you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I was younger than that actually. I was 24 when I was managing them going across America, so I was a young guy. But fuck me, man. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking takes its toll on you. Do you know what I mean? You know,
especially like jet lag and all that kind of stuff.
Just the fact that you're outside your comfort zone as well.
Yeah.
When you're that age and you're doing it, because it's like 24-year-old kid managing a rock and roll band going across America. You're sort of blagging it, but you're blagging it in a good way that you pulled it off. Do you know what I mean? But you are still blagging it. But the physicality was the one thing that I actually realised. Fucking hell, man. You know, I mean, I've got an easy gig being a manager, really. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I go up and down. Got my family in Wales.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I got the flat in London, and I just, you know, I kind of keep it pretty British centric ultimately, and then I do a little bit. If I've got to go to Europe, I go to Paris. If I go to Eurosac, I hate fucking planes, and you know, so I kind of keep it to Britain, Paris, really. So you try as much as I can. I mean, occasionally, I mean, I'll probably do a trip to the States, and I might go in January, but I mean, that's kind of what I'm like. Do you know what I mean? You know.
So you don't really like to travel too far?
Oh, because I'm 57 now, man. I mean, when I was 37, I was still jumping on and off planes, like it was fucking, you know, like buses. And it was like, I mean, when 20s and 30s, when I was really travelled a lot, but 40s I travelled quite a bit. I did travel in America a lot in my 40s, but yeah, since I got back in the music game, which was about 3.5 years ago, and I came back doing creation as a management company, I have, yeah, I mean, Simon, my partner, I've got a business partner, Simon Fletcher, and he does a lot of the travelling. He does you know, Simon's about 3 or 4 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And he's never done that. He was a guy that came from, you know, a civilian business, if you want to call it that. You know, he actually done really well. He sold a wood company and turned it into a brand, got millions of pounds out of it, and then he wanted to go into music, and we were friends. And he jumped across the fence and came into music. But he brought the same set of skills, you know what I mean, business skills, which you can apply to anything, I would expect, and you know, he's great at that, you know.
And what do you do a bit of DJing as well?
Yeah, I mean, you want to call it that, but it's like, you know, it's like, you know, I do a bit of DJing, man, but I'm more like a record selector. Do you know what I mean? You know.
What?
I mean, I don't play dance music. I mean, I suppose I do play dance music in dancing, but I kind of just, if I'm left to my own devices, I'll just play anything really. But sometimes I've got to play. If I go to Italy or something like that, then I've got to play what you think I've got to play. Do you know what I mean? So you may as well just take the Beatles, Oasis and the Libertines, and they'll fucking go mental.
Yeah.
When I go to Japan, it's pretty dance based. Do you know what I mean?
And so you don't really get involved with the mixing too much. It's more selecting the music.
I can mix, but I'm not a DJ.
No.
But I can do it. Yeah, I can DJ. But it's like I wouldn't call myself Alan McGee DJ. Although to be fair, I've been paid as Alan McGee DJ quite a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, but I'm not a DJ. Yeah, I'm not like. When you talk about Andy Weatherall, that's a DJ.
Yeah.
That's a DJ.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like these guys. I mean, I'm a guy who puts records on, and because I was involved with the bands, it gives it some kind of fucking integrity or something that I'm putting on an Oasis record or a Libertines record, and then people go fucking nuts. Do you know what I mean? You know.
And talking of the records, so when you're DJing, you do actually use vinyl?
No, I use CDs, man.
I use CDs now.
Yeah, it's easier. I don't even use a computer, which probably should. I mean, you could probably DJ off of Spotify, actually, if the truth be known. Do you know what I mean? Because I walk about with a phone in my pocket, it's got Spotify on it. Do you know what I mean?
I've seen someone DJing before using their phone, and they had like an app on it with 2 decks.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that techie. Do you know what I mean? I'm pretty techie. I mean, I've got 2 phones. I've got my fucking one for my work, one for social media, and talking to my. I've got my son in Thailand, and I want to talk to him. I just kind of talk to him on the phone.
Alan, out of all the music, is there some tracks that you think, wow, that sort of blew me away? It's like, you know, that was like unbelievable.
Probably My Bloody Valentine, Loveless was a record like that, and then I've been involved with a lot of different records that blew me away. Psycho Candy was a record like that. I never put that out though. I mean, I just managed the band.
Yeah.
Screamadelica would be a record like that. I suppose the first 3 Oasis albums would be like that as well. And then recently I made a really, but I didn't make it. The band made it, but I managed the band. But made a good Mary Chain record and really good Black Grape records. Do you know what I mean? So I was really proud of these records.
Are you still in touch with any of the bands from back then?
Yeah, I mean I'm in touch with most of them, I think. Yeah, I mean I don't think there's any band that I'm not in some kind of vague contact with. I'm going to go and see Liam next Wednesday.
Are you
Newcastle?
Yeah,
because I'm up seeing Black Grape.
Yeah.
On the Friday in Hull. I'm going to go to that one as well. So I'm going to go up a couple of days before and go see Liam in Newcastle, and then come down to York and then go off on the Friday.
Liam's got a new album out.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's
you really
good.
like it?
Yeah, I like it. It's not a bad track on it, to be honest. It's good.
Yeah. To get Liam in the back of the cab for a chat.
Well, you know what? He's so fucking off the wall. You might get him and just go, I'm mates with Alan.
Yeah.
Can I do an interview? And he's either going to go, you're a cowboy. 75% I think he might tell you fuck off, you're a cowboy. Or he might actually go, alright. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It'd be fun having a chat with him in the back.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what else are you up to nowadays? Like,
I'm just like I'm doing music. I mean, I went to Wales to bring up. I've got a 17-year-old daughter, and I went to Wales when she was about 8, and got her to about 13. And realised, right, okay, she's going to be a little normal kid instead of one of these fucking London fucking mad showbiz kids.
Yeah.
And so from that, then and I'd written a book, and then I just sort of kind of like, I just started managing bands again. Because people started asking me. So
listen, we're gonna have to round it up now, Adam.
All right, man.
But listen, it's an absolute honour to have you in the back of the cab.
Thanks, man.
I know it's something totally different to what you're used to.
It's all right. I liked it actually. It was when you emailed me this morning and went, "Are you around?" And I went, "Okay, midday today." I thought it was funny, man. I was like, I was like, you know what? Why not? I can't think of a good reason to say no. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure to have you. And as I say, you know, I met you back like near on 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So to
well, do you know, I met Steve Mason in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And
don't he live over your way?
yeah, he does. He lives really close to me. But I think he's mostly lives in the Bahamas or something like that. Literally, I think he lives somewhere like the Cayman Islands. He's like, Steve literally lives somewhere like that. I don't know where he lives, but he lives somewhere. And then I was, he went past me and he was like, hello. And then I came and saw him, and then he was like, he was a good guy, you know. Steve Mason was a good guy. Do you know what I mean? You know.
No, he is.
You know.
And I haven't seen him since like the early 90s.
I think he was about. I was before I had the beard. He did recognise me. Do you know what I mean? You know, he was like, all right, okay. Do you know what I mean? You know. But he's a good guy, man.
Yeah. And no, listen, Alan, absolute honour having you in the back of the cab.
All right, man.
And listen, I wish you all the best with everything you're up to as well nowadays.
Cheers, Steve. Thank you.